So today I'm going to create a look similar to, I would say similar to Princess Di actually. It's quite a long layered look on short hair. As per normal, I always like to section the top halo bit out the way and often keep that a bit longer. What the client likes it to be is quite long around the back and around the sides, but she does like to tuck the hair behind the ears when she styles it. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the length off to start off with. Come the end of the haircut, I will make this a bit shorter. It's just getting a rough guideline at the moment. And taking the length as well around the side. So what I do to the right, I will also do to the left-hand side. Once this is done both sides, I will then start doing my orange sections at the back. And the client often complains of how much hair is at the back. She says it's too long, it's too thick, it's too bulky. And you'll often find of all short haircuts that it does seem to grow a lot quicker at the back. So I've got the guideline at the bottom there, and I'm just going to cut up and then take it a little bit higher. So it's quite a lot coming off, about 1.5 inches coming off that top section there. Moving in round in orange sections, yet again the guidelines at the bottom. And just pulling it out 90 degrees to the head as we go around the head in orange segments. So what I do to the right, I will also do to the left. These side bits here, I'm just going to drag them back a bit, making sure that they do blend. But I will take a bit more length off in a minute. I'm just getting the basic look. It's one of these haircuts, it's quite hard to teach actually, because there's not really a pattern that I follow for it to finish. I'm just going to look at the end result, and I might have to texturize it a bit more, take a little bit more off here, there. And I'm just cross-checking it now, using point cutting to cross-check. My client's hair is so straight that if you cut anything with scissors, you tend to leave like a really blunt line, and it'll just look like she's got loads of steps in her hair. So point cutting is really good for fine, straight hair. So I'm point cutting as I go up the head as well. And I'm just flicking it over there just so that I can take the top layer off so it's not so bulky. When it sits, once it's dry. I'm just seeing how it lays. And it's one of these haircuts that you just kind of need an eye for detail. Look at it, see what happens to it, and then go in and adjust it. Because just following a standard haircut might not actually work. Like I said, my client's hair is so poker straight. I've got the razor here. So using the razor, that is really good to give the ends just that little bit more feathery kind of effect. I don't really want to thin out her hair. She hasn't got such thick hair that it needs to be thinned out. It's just the ends. It needs to be a bit more bitty rather than such club cutting. So anywhere that I see a bit bulky, a bit heavy, I can just go in with the razor. I always have a guard on my razor because I did experience many years ago when the blade just went right through my finger. So yeah, I'm not taking that guard off. So I will continue to razor and just looking at the haircut now and just seeing where the hair just needs to be razored. Obviously, if you overdo it, you'll end up with no hair. So just take it very lightly on the hair. Now I'm going to take down this top section and just work in panels, horizontal panels through the middle. And I'm just going to pull it back to meet the same guideline. Yet again, point cutting, and I'm just working in orange sections. So the client likes it quite shaggy, the look at the end. And then I'll just cross-check it straight after before moving forward. Once I've cross-checked it, take down the next section, move an extra inch forward and do exactly the same, but I'm just going to over-direct it. Just going to go back in with the razor again, just to make it a little bit more bitty, just on the end, so it just is a bit more feathery. It is an option to do this, you don't have to do this, but I'm doing this for this particular client because I feel she needs it. Moving forward an inch now. Keeping the other hair out the way. Pulling this section right back to the original guideline that we cut previously. And just point cut. I'm doing orange sections. That's it. Once I've done that, I'm just going to go in and cross-check the hair and add it a little bit of texture as well. Move forward to the next section. That's it, over direct it back. You can see the guideline there. Just point cutting, then I'll cross check and then move forward. So now I've cut and cross-checked. I'm just going to balance check now, make sure it feels the same left and right. If there's any areas that feel a bit longer, just go in and cut it. Coming round to the front area now. Just point cutting the fringe, making sure it all connects to the side as well. So we know that the back connects to the side, now we're connecting the front to the side as well. So the whole exterior of the haircut all connects. And now we're just double checking the lengths. I'm just going to slice through now with my scissor blade, taking off a few strands just so it blends that little bit nicer, because that's the heavier side, because there's more hair over that side now. So I'm just going to get ready to blow dry the client's hair. I'm going to use a round brush and just some Super Sculpt product from Paul Mitchell. Apply that all over and loosely section the hair and give it a round blow dry. We often laugh about this blow dry because she ends up looking a bit like the Beatles when it's blow dried forward. Give it lots of root lift and a bit of roundness as well. So I'm just going to finish off blow drying the back and side sections, and it's quite far from the back. I'm just going to go straight onto the front section and start kind of blow drying the hair forward. So this fringe section now, I'm just going to blow dry all of that section which is up in the clip now, which is quite a lot of hair in that clip. And I'm just going to blow dry that all going forward. Putting no really direction in it, left or right. It's just all being root lifted up and blow dried forward. And this is kind of the Beatles look that we like to go for before styling it. Yeah, once the hair is dry, you can kind of see if there's areas of thickness that you can go back in and adjust. So you could got your thinning scissors there. You could go in and slice. You could use your razor again as well if need be on dry hair, but you'll often find that you'll need to change your blade more often, more frequently, maybe every other client, rather than using wet hair. It lasts a little bit longer. Now this back section I can see is still quite long, so I'm just going to take it quite short for her. So the haircut's near enough done now. Just going to finish off the final touches. So the client likes her hair tucked behind her ears, like so. And I just want to make sure that it is sitting nicely and not bulky behind the ears. Sometimes as soon as they put it behind the ears, it could create a lot of thickness that you could thin out. So that was quite thick there, so I'm just going to chip into that a little bit. And you've kind of got this Princess Diana look now. You can see it kind of taking place. So the client's just showing me how she likes it to sit further back like that, but it never kind of stays. But so she does maybe need a little bit more weight taken out, just so it's a bit light on the head, but also some products to glue it there, really, because otherwise it is just going to fall forward every time she moves her head. Here you can see the end result. The artificial light, unfortunately, has done nothing for the colours of this hair. It doesn't look like this in the daylight. Yeah, the artificial light just hits the colours really madly, but the haircut's there if you want to follow it.